What's up, y'all? This one ain't over. Bob Baffert's showing that he's like Ice Cube. He's the wrong trainer to mess with, alright? Bob Baffert now not only suing the Kentucky Racing Commission, suing the New York Racing Commission for suspending him for nothing, essentially. He had a horse that tested positive for a substance, which was pending another test versus further adjudication, and New York just goes ahead and suspends him ahead of the Belmont. So Bob Baffert definitely has an issue here. He's got a case. And now he's suing Kentucky, and then he's going and suing New York. This came out. Blood Horse has got an article on this here because a lot of people are thinking he doesn't really have a case. But for those of you who don't know, this is still America, I think, even though we may have been taken over by some outside forces, maybe. But as far as I know, we still have a constitution and laws. We still have a thing called due process, which he's had his rights to due process denied just by going up and suspending people just based on rumors, which I'm kind of getting sick of that these days. Bob Baffert, love him or hate him, but everybody deserves their day in court. Everybody gets the chance to speak up against their accusers, and we just like to deny that these days and take people's rights and just say that they're guilty in the court of public opinion, and we're just going to decide that they're guilty, and we feel that we can take away their rights and their to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and their rights to earn money, their rights to do lots of things, just because somebody may say the person is someone they don't like. But anyway, let me read this article for you right here, because it kind of breaks the whole thing down. You know, trainer Bob Baffert sued the New York Racing Association for improperly suspending him, allegedly without legal authority and without any notice or opportunity to be heard prior to action being taken, according to court documents filed June 14th in U.S. District Court, Eastern District of New York. New York Racing Association temporarily suspended Baffert May 17th, blocking California-based trainers from getting stalls and entering any horses in Belmont, Saratoga, and in Aqueduct. Racing Horse Association took its action 8 days after Zeldin Racing Stables Medina Spirit won the Kentucky Derby. Blah, 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 tested positive for betamethasone, split sample confirmed that was in the horse's blood on race day. All right, they're suspending him, but another part of the suits are saying is that they don't even have the right to suspend him because the New York Racing Association isn't the one. The association is the one who gave him his license. All right, the New York Racing Association just runs the tracks. It's the New York Gaming Association who can actually suspend him, and they can't suspend him without giving him his day in court. Its decision, New York Racing decision said it took into account the failed drug test and recent past in Kentucky, California, Arkansas. You can't do that. You can't do it just because someone's accused of something in a different jurisdiction doesn't mean you can just punish him in your jurisdiction just because of an accusation in another one. Honestly, if you think about it, that's just dumb. That's just stupid. That's like you're going to punish your kid because some other kid said he did something at school. Like, that's just kind of stupid. But that's what's going on. They also cite the fact that the absence of any official action of the Kentucky Racing Association is a key issue in his lawsuit. He's saying Kentucky hasn't even suspended me. Now, Churchill Downs suspended him, but he's saying Kentucky hasn't even suspended me, and now New York's trying to suspend me. Which, once again, that doesn't make any sense. New York suspends him when the place he allegedly had the violation hasn't even made a decision yet as to whether he's suspended or not. Then they say, Medina Spirit hasn't been disqualified. They go on to talk about how it was saying they don't have the authority. It's the New York Gaming Association that has issued him the occupational license. They're the ones that would have to suspend him, and it would have to be under a an investigation under the presumption of innocence due to due process. So he's filing this suit based on this. His occupational license is in good standing with the Gaming Commission, he says. He has no allegations in the state of New York, which is true. No previous violations in the state of New York, which is true. So he has a pretty strong case here. United States Supreme Court has upheld that an occupational racing licensee possesses a property interest in his or her license under state law sufficient to invoke due process protections under the 14th Amendment. Now, I kind of thought just he simply had it under the 6th Amendment, just based on the right to due process. But I also say the 14th. Now, I had to bust out my trusty Heritage Foundation pocket constitution here to look those up here. So, to start off with number 6, all criminal prosecutions, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him. Yes, people forget that. You can't just talk about people and not get the right to say your part back to them. To have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense, i.e. a lawyer or lawyers. So I already thought, he's already got a case based on that. But then when you go over to number 14 here, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. And that's what I think they got him on, because they're denying him the right to do his job in New York, which means they're denying him the right of life to make money there, which is his job. Nor deny any person within his jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. So they can't say, hey, Baffert, we don't care about the normal law. We just don't like you, so the laws don't apply to you. Section 2, very long, and Section 3 and 4 and 5 of this amendment further go into that. I don't think there's anything else anywhere in here that would necessarily apply to Baffert, and as I'm skimming over here that I see. However, a part of this whole entire suit is that Baffert, being that his reputation is pretty much being damaged, as they put it, here's how it's written in the suit. With each passing day that Baffert is denied the right to enter horses in races in New York, the irreparable harm to him increases. Such harm cannot be adequately compensated by monetary damages, the suit continued. Given the unique nature of the industry, any prolonged suspension of Baffert will have the effect of destroying his business for a period of time much longer than the suspension itself, which is true as well. You're hurting his reputation. This is because any suspension will necessarily precipitate a mass exodus from his care of horses worth tens of millions of dollars, as owners cannot allow themselves to be excluded from participation in the lucrative Belmont/Saratoga race meets. Instead, they will transfer their horses to other trainers, Todd Pletcher, effectively putting Baffert out of business. I don't think we should bankrupt Baffert, but hey, that's some of the biggest money in horse racing at Belmont and Saratoga, and they're just keeping him out of it essentially based on what is a accusation. It's rumors. Now he does have other violations, but there's no law based on stacking up violations and then just suspending someone just willy nilly, especially without any kind of due process around any violations under your jurisdiction. So I think he's definitely got a case here. I'm pretty sure he's got a case in Kentucky because once again they kind of use the media and everything to smear his name. You're not supposed to do that, but these days they do it to everybody and nobody really sues anybody. They just kind of let people get away with smearing their names without saying much about it or doing much about it. Few people do fight back, but these days most people just let stuff ride, and they let the media take over. But Bob Baffert is fighting back. I'm glad to see it. I hate it when one side tries to bully the other, whether it's the big businessmen trying to bully the small businessman or bully the media, or the government in this case trying to bully the businessman, or that's the biggest competition in this America here is these legal battles. All right, those legal battles are the largest competitions ahead of the sports and ahead of the horse racing and ahead of the stock market and all those things. It's the legal battles constantly going on. So that's where we're at in this battle. Bob Baffert throwing another punch. And I don't know who he's going to go after next. He might start suing some of these other people that have besmirched his name. But he's definitely fighting back against the people for going against his right to make money. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Let me know what you think. I know a lot of people don't like Baffert. It's probably 80-20 these days. 80% not liking him, 20% that do. I'm still kind of 50-50 because I don't know. It's kind of a gray area with all this stuff because, as I say, everyone's trying to do something to gain an advantage to win, and he's probably just a little slicker than some others about it, and he might cross some lines here and there and whatnot. But I can't say that the other ones aren't all doing it too, and they're just not as good. So I'm right in the middle on this one. But I do want to see what happens here. So like I said, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this one. Baffert looking to be back in the game before the end of the year because if this thing goes through, then he could get his license back and he'll have some horses in there for the Travers. So that's it for now. Check y'all next time. Peace.